Alright guys, we are live and I have already taken a few trades on HLBZ here. It just freshly gapped up not too long ago, 5 minutes ago. So I've already taken about like 10 trades on it, made 37 so far. GNS, look at this thing. We stopped trading it at 125 yesterday, right here. It kept on going all the way up to 220 almost by the end of the day. And then during after hours it kept on squeezing up till 3. And pre-market it squeezed all the way to 550, so definitely one to watch. It's a little bit out of my price range now though. Watching 27 break here on HLBZ. Seller came in, there's 27, 40, 50, 27, 50, watch 28, it's 28, 23. Out most my position there. 366. Out the rest there. Another one that's popped up today is Kazim, which I traded, which I had some big green days with Kazim back when I was on my small size. So maybe that'll be one to watch as well. Watching 2830. Watch 28 here. Got out at 27. Back in 28. Added, watching 2830 for the breakout. 2825. Watching 2830 here. Got that nice bottoming wick. 2825 there. Taking half off. I feel like I should have broken by now. There's the break. Out the rest at 2860. So up 44 on the day so far. Watching 28, 2980. Adding at 29, watching 2980. There's 2950. Can we get break of 50 here? There's 80, 90. Taking half off the table at 29.90. I'm watching 30. It's coming back below 29, out at 29. Okay. Watching break of 30. In towards the highs. Cutting at 29. Bit of choppy trading up here. I tend to like trading these lower priced ones during market hours because I don't really like getting in on the ask. I'd much rather hit a dip buy with a market order. But you can't do market orders pre-market. Again, so watching our let's look at our gaps. Let's take a step back for a moment. Let's look at our gap scanner, make sure we're ready for the market to open, and then we can get back to trading. But right now we have 5 minutes to the open. Let's do a little pre-market check. So we have GNS high of 545. Where is our next resistance on the daily? Next resistance on the daily would be 743. 743. And the next one would be 1180. After that, if it's going above 1180, I'm probably not trading it anymore because it will have gone out of my price range. And it's probably going to do like a squeeze if it gets up to 1180. Okay. So we'll be watching 545, then 743 on GNS, on COSM, actually on HLBZ. We just hit 30. Previous resistance on HLBZ, 33, 32 area. 33, 32. Let's go ahead and draw that resistance. 32, as well as, let's go ahead and just draw a trend line. Make this 33, 32. Okay. So, another one to watch is LYT. Let's see what's going on with LYT. Okay, so it broke over 1 up to 110, back below 1. If it looks like it's going to get back above 1, we can definitely look to trade it, so I'll put it on a side chart. LYT. Another one to watch, let's see here. So we got HLBZ, we got GNS, we got LYT, COSM, WIZA, possibly. It's a bit too low priced. We'll keep it on a side chart for now. Acon. If it gets back over 24. So, on Acon, if it can get back over 24 in VWAP, then we can consider it. I'll mark out 3186. And 24. Okay. And let's see here, WIZA. See, I was saying it's a little bit too low priced. It needs to get back over VWAP first, which it looks like it's attempting to do here. 24. 20. There's lots of gappers today. Market is heating up. I gotta trade cautiously though. I'm not gonna get big-headed because of my big day yesterday. In fact, I'm aiming for 150 to 200 a day. And if we are getting momentum like yesterday, I still will push it to try and see what I can do. But I want to make sure I lock in that 200 first before I push it. Okay. Alright, so WIZA, we have LIT, R, APRN, APRN, freshly broke 1 there, 107, it's a bit light on volume, so we'll see if it gains volume during market hours. But right now it's not too much of a candidate because of the volume. Let me check the volume on those other ones too. I don't think I did. LYT, bit lower volume as well. Um, Acon, lower volume. HLBZ, looks like it's selling off just a little bit to 25. GNS curling back up. 24 is the previous 5-minute candle, and market is about to open here. There's the market open. We'll see what we get here. So the problem with GNS right now is it's becoming too volatile to the point where I can't really trade it. Let me actually switch back over to my regular market hours charts. HLBZ and GNS. Watching break of 20 here on GNS. Nope. Let's see that. 20% loss on 100 shares. Watching 31 on HLBZ. Can we get that break of 31 again? 3070. Needs to get back over 30. 2980. There's 30. Out there for the loss. Kazan's pushing up. Break of 80 here. Not yet. Back in at 74. Watching break of 80. There's 79. So 79, watching break of 79. Damn. Cutting it. So HLBZ back over 30 could be a possible play. And at 60 there on the dip. Watching 65. Huge sellers there at 30. It's breaking though. HLBZ. No, we didn't break. Didn't break 30 there. I had 26.30 there. If it breaks 26, I gotta cut it. There's 27, 28. Cutting that trade on Kazem. Nice win. Watching 28 on HLBZ. $27.50. $27.50. Cutting at 27.26. I'm gonna go switch focus to LYT. It's popping up. Which looks like it's halting actually. Yeah, it's halting. There might be too many things moving. Break of 90. CS USM. No. Wait a second, it's holding 80. Holding 80 for now. No. There's the pop on GNS. There's the pop back down though, I don't like that. No, it's reversing. Let's switch this out. Let's switch this out for HLBC. Actually, when does LYT resume? It resumes at 40, 49, 40, 49. 40, 49 for the resumption on LYT. Forty, 49. Waiting for HLBZ to get clean again. So waiting for a clean breakout. So 29.42 is the high of the previous candle. High of this candle is 28.75. Starter there, 28.40. Looking for 28.75. Cutting at 28.30. So LYT resumption, less than a minute. Or actually just, yeah, 1 minute to resumption on LYT. Watching 2880. Watching break of 29 here. Took off half there on the break. Seeing if this break continues. Taking off the rest for now. Getting back in for break of 30. Watching 30 here. Out there. So 9 seconds to resumption on LYT. $0.01 gap on the resumption. Switching focus back to HLBZ. Watching 32. Cutting it. Watching 32 break here. $32.70. Watching 33. Okay. Watching 33.50. Breaking daily resistance. There's 34. Adding. Taking some off at 34.40. Now watching 35 here. Watching 35. Watching 35. There's 36. Have that order to sell out. Watching 36. Break at 36. There's 36.40. Could pull the out now. Up 137 on the day. Okay, let's take a breath. I think it's slowing down for a second. LYT, I did not like that resumption whatsoever. Hit a high of 119. Pre-market resistance at 110. But it's very jumpy. I think it's light volume. Seems like light volume for it. There's a spread too. Possible dip trade on HLBZ at 32. If we do dip down to 32, there's a possible dip trade. Break a high day here. LYT. Oh, the halt is there. And at 17. Out at 17. Back in at 19. Halt levels at 20. See if the halt level moves up. 21's the halt level. So sellers at 17 here. Gonna have to cut it though. 14. Watching sellers at 17. And at 18 here, watching 21 for the halt. There's 22, 23, 24. Out at 22 there. So watching the halt. Should be halting here soon. 24. HLBZ 35 level. Possible break. Out there. Small scalp there on HLBZ. Now I'm watching 36 for the break. And at 35.80. Watching this 36 level. Buyers at 35. Keeping us up. Watch 36 here. Watching 36 break. Out there, 36, 33. 36.20 we're in. Watching the buyer. Cutting it for now, looks like it's selling off. In there, 34.70. Dip buy. Watch 35 break back over. It's not going just yet. Out there at 35. Like a $6 dip trade. So we're above 200. Can start to push it a little bit. LYT possibly. Over 21. If volume starts to spike at 21, we can take it. In there, 21. Watch 24 here. Halted up is at 30. Took off half at 24. Rest off at 23. Okay, it's coming up to the halt level slowly. I don't really like that too much. Let's get a dip to 25 maybe. So there's the halt. Looks like it moved up a little bit. $28 by 26, not good. Halt level is now 137, I think. Okay, so for now, it's not going to be halting just yet. And the day is early. We're only 20 minutes into the open. Day is early still. In here 30, 29.50, 29.50, cutting at 27, $30 loss. Cosm actually is starting to move up, squeeze up. And at 83 here on Cosm, watching break of 85, 88 there, high day 90. Can look for an add at 90. Adding at 90, watch the break, there's the break. Out at 91. It's a high of 95 there. Back in, watch 98. Break of 4 here. Are we gonna get that break of 4? $95 there on the ask. Putting an order to sell a third at $3.99. See if we can get filled. Filled there at 99, watching 4 break. Out there at 405. It's a big dip. And at 92, can we dip back over to 97? Watching 93, 95. Cutting at 91. I just remembered I upped my size, so I can't take a loss exactly just yet. 130 on LIT. $130 on LYT. And there 130, watch the 132. Are we gonna keep the whole breakout? Just 132 is the breakout. The 134 is the high of day. Took off some at 136. Looking at 138 here. Struggling to break back over 138. Cutting the rest of it at 133. Okay. It's holding for now. Might enter at 36 if I see that seller come down. So seller there at 32. And at 30. Back out at 28.50. Gonna wait a while. Candle ends in 3 seconds. Watching 35, 38, 36 there, 37, 38. New high here, possibly. There's 39. Taking some off at 38, just to be safe. Watching 40 break. Taking the rest off at 38. There's 40 and at 42, out at 42. Tried buying at 40, got filled at 42, had to take it off the table pretty fast. There's 44. Pulse up is at 47. And at 37 here. Can I get back over 40? Cutting it for now. So took the break even at 37. Back in, looking for the bounce over 40. Back out 37.80. Back in, bounce over 40. 42. Candles closing. Watch 42, 45. So watching 40, that seller at 40. It's getting bigger. Gonna cut it for now. Not enough volume on this move. It's popping on my high day scan, but not enough volume. Might actually be halting up there. It's coming down here. 20 cents drop. Acon. $0.25 a share. High of 26 on the day. Oh, big seller popped up. So that seller at 24.80. Watching it. Watching that seller 24.80. Then watching 25. Seller's gone. Watching 25 here. Watch 25 for the break. 25.50. Watch 26. 26 high a day. 26.50. There's 27 almost. There's 27. Out it's 26. Watching now 27. Watch 27 here. 27.40. Buyers at 27. Cutting it as the buyers go away. Look at that dip on Mega, that rejection of high day. Back in 27, 27.50 high a day. Taking the loss. Back in 26.50. Watching 27.50. Watching 27.50 break up to 28. 27.80, got some out there. Watching 28 here. Looking at 28 to break. There we go, all out there. Another 70 bucks. And at 25.60 there on the dip, watching this. There's 27 on the ass. Are we gonna get that fill? 27.39. Trying to get out 26.99. Gonna go ahead and cut it at 26.04. Not getting filled on the ass, so I cut at market. $5 gain. Looks like GNS is trying to make a curl. You just get at least a 445 for it to be a solid break of view up. LHDX keeps on hitting my scanner, so it looks like it's gaining some volume, so I'll look at it. Watching 40 here. Watching that seller at 40. Watching that break of 40. Just 38, 39. They're added at 37.80. Below 37 cover. Out at 36.50. That was a bad trade. $48 loss. HLBZ curling back up. 32. 31. Starter at 31. Watching 3150. 3140, 3150. Cutting at 31. Okay, watching Acon here, 28. Got a starter filled at 2750, added at 28. Watching seller at 28, high at day 2839. So high day 2839. Watching Acon break a 28. So watching this dip. I'm gonna go ahead and cut it down here at 27. Feels like it wants to break down 27. At least down to 2650. Going back 70 so far. Okay. Starter on HLBZ looking for 3050. Adding at 3050 for break of 31. Watching 31 now. Watching 31 here. Hidden seller 3080. Not cutting just yet. Took off half just to play it safe. Watching 3080 here. Adding back at 3080. Looking for 31. Watching 31 break. There's break of 31. Took off most of my position on the break. Taking off the rest as it doesn't seem like it's breaking very heavily. 3150 possibly. Over 3120, watching 3150. 3150, 3170. It's the high of that previous move. Adding at 3150. Watching 3170 and 32. Watching 3170, 3132. Cutting it. Low volume on Acon now, so it's harder to trust the move. Whereas HLBZ still has more than 1 million per candle. Acon watching that seller, 28. There we go, got the pop. Took off most of it. Watching 29, new highs. 29 for new highs. Gotta bail out on the bid. Damn. So I actually gave back money on that trade. Unfortunately. The ads at 29 got sold at 27 something. So I took a loss on those last ads. Spire at 30, LYT. Watching 32, 33, 34. There's 35. Let's see 37 here. Taking off a third at 37, if I can. Fault levels at 40. Taking off the rest at 35. Watching 37 break, watch 40, 38. Watching. Taking off a third. Watching the pot through 40. There's 42. Out some more at 40. Out the rest at 38.50. So Acon's losing too much volume. I'll have HLBZ as my sub $1 stock for now. So 45's high a day here. There's the break. I misclicked the entry, which sucks because that was the best trade. 48's the halt. That sucks. My mouse was right here above the buy button, so I clicked and it didn't go. At 43. Looks like hot level moved up. Watch 50. Watch 50 here. Out at 51. Back in 50. Watching 52. 52 break here. 51's the halt, I guess. Getting out there. Okay, there's 55. 44 is the new halt level. Are we gonna get locked in? Can we get locked in for the halt? Not enough buying. Even if it gets locked in here, it'll be a weak resumption. Yeah, it's gonna be a weak resumption here. There was not a huge stack of buying. It's gonna be a weak resumption. So I'm glad I'm not in. Glad we halted, but I don't know. Like, the way we halted also matters. We kind of just slowly climbed into the halt level, which isn't exactly the best. You kind of want to, like, spring into it and have it be an imbalance. Possible break of 17? No. So I guess we'll just wait for LYT to resume. CNEY. I think it has low volume though. Yeah, definitely low volume. Nothing really there. So GNS, sadly, the entire move was pre-market. So Cosm high of 406. LYT resumption at 10:19. So 1957. 1957 is the hot resumption. $19.57. Wait, there's no volume on this at all. Yikes. About a minute to resumption. 1957 is the resumption time. So with LYT, we entered the halt in a slow fashion. Kind of like curled up there. But I mean, it looks straight up, but it struggled quite a bit. It was like zigzagging through this 1 minute chart. And so I don't expect a large gap on the open. If we do get one, I expect it to dip back to 154 at least. Ugh. But if we open flat or lower, I would be careful for a halt down. So if we open at like 160, maybe a dip back down to 155, I can take that. And then look for the rip back above 160. But open flat or below, you have to kind of look at the tape for that. See if it's going to halt down. So 6 seconds to open. Watching. Okay, good resumption. There's 73. Watching. Back over 70. Got filled at 75. Yikes. Okay, back into 73. Watching 75 here. 76. There's 77. Okay, gotta cut it here. So watching, is it gonna go in red? It's going red. Back up. So back above 70, it's a possible entry. Back in here, 69. Watching 70. Seller at 70. It's breaking, there's 72. Can we get 75 and break up to 80 here? Need to see 80 here. So watching 75. Lots of selling coming in above 70. All up is at 83. Okay, there's 70. Taking some off at 69 and 70. I don't trust the move anymore. Can we get back above 70? 75 is the key area I'm looking for. Break of 75 should lead to 80. Very easily. There's 77. But it's not holding. Can we get a break and hold? Starting to look a little weak. I'm gonna get out at 72. Let's be patient here. So it's a bit choppy on this resumption. It's not exactly like breaking. When it does break by a penny, it flushes down 7 cents. Watching 60 here, possibly. 60. Low there is 62. There's 60. I don't want to buy and have it go into a halt down. So I want to see where it bottoms out first. Just because I can't see the halt down level. Watching. Back in at 60. 59. Out at 63. Small win. $65 there. 66. 7. Okay, it's actually a pretty nice recovery candle, but it's on low volume, which is a little bit scary because the drop off was on higher volume than the rebounds. Okay. Okay, so 67, 68 was the high there. I don't want to necessarily buy this at the high of this candle. Looks like it would have worked though. Watching break a high a day. In at 75, out at 81. Back in at 81, watch 82. Out there at 78. Back in 76, watching 80. Watching 80 here. 82. Taking some off at 82. 200 shares remaining. Cutting the rest of it at 76. So very nice, actually. Back in 82, watching break a high a day, 84, out at 83. With this one, you kind of have to take your profit as soon as it breaks high. $85. Back in 80, watching 85. Watching 83. 84, 85, hot level 89. If we do get a halt here, I probably will hold into it. Watching 89. Can we get that halt? 87. Watching 87 break. There's 87, 88, 89. Taking some off at 88. Taking the rest off at 86 for now. Okay. It's very close to the halt level. Watching in at 86 here. Watching 88 break for 80, 90. Out at 90. Looks like 90 is the halt level actually, damn it. But it's not holding, it's not holding. Not yet. 92 the new halt level. And at 90. Watching 92, can we hold the halt level here? Out at 92. I'm not gonna hold into the halt just because we are getting a lot of false halts. Yeah, this one it's gonna lock in, but where I was before, it looked like it was gonna false halt again. You know what? I can just trade out of the halt too, so it's fine. While we have this halt, let's see. Jonathan, morning. Do you recommend not being in a halt during or not being in the trade during the halt? So with halt trading, it really depends on, um, it's more of a gut intuition and whether to hold or not, but after doing it a while, you kind of get that intuition. But, for halt trading, realistically, if the stock has a lot of momentum going into the halt, and you have a good entry, this is important. You have to have a good entry. If you bought, like, let's say, like my entry at 90, 190 here, and it halted at 192. I would not call 190 a good entry. It's 2 cents below the halt level. And if this resumes lower than where, like significantly lower than where it halted, you're just automatically in a loser. So if you are planning on holding into a halt, you have to make sure you have a good entry. So if you're planning on holding into this 192 halt, at least be in at 185 or lower. So have a little bit of a cushion going into the halt. And if it's looking like it's going into the halt, but it's looking kind of weak going into the halt, you might not want to hold your whole position. Maybe you can sell 80% of it, keep 20% to see if it goes a little bit higher, and then that way you can still feel like you are starting to hold into halts. But it really is relative to the momentum you're getting. So make sure there's volume going into the halt. Like here we have a decrease in volume, which isn't exactly good going into a halt. Whereas here on this halt, there was pretty much an increase in volume only. Here we have a decrease, which is a little sketchy. It still might open higher because there was a big wall of buyers when it was getting halted. But LYT, I've been kind of shooken out on the halts. But yeah, if you don't feel comfortable holding into a halt, you never really have to. You can just sell, market. You will get filled. Like, as long as you're selling before it gets halted, you will get filled like 100% of the time. Because there's a bunch of people buying at the halt level. So they're going to match your order. So you don't have to worry about getting filled on your exit if you're selling before the halt. So yeah, sometimes I'll hold like 20% of my position in, play it safe. Sometimes I sell the whole thing. And then sometimes I'll hold the whole thing. So it really depends on like where. Also, it also kind of depends on where you are on the day. If you're pretty much flat on the day, P&L wise, and it's like your first trade of the day and it's going into a halt, maybe ease off a little bit, maybe hold like just a little bit, but don't hold your whole position. So stuff like that. It's really about risk management more than anything when it comes to holding. Okay, so we have resumption here in about a minute, I believe. Let's see here. 32:45. Yep, about a minute to resumption. So 192. Okay, 30 seconds to resumption here. So we'll be watching it. It's close to the $2 mark, so maybe we get a nice move through $2. Hopefully we get a nice gap. Gonna lower size just for a little bit, till I can get comfortable trading the halt resumption. And we can go back up as soon as it starts to consolidate. There's 2. And at 155.95, watching break of 2. Out there. Okay, 208's the high. Dipping down, halting down, 80.85. Okay, it's getting locked in. So we got one good trade out of the open. So there, if you held into the halt, it would have resumed higher, went down, dipped, ripped up. And if you didn't sell there, you'd be holding into a halt down. I mean, you could sell possibly right here at the end of this candle. You had a couple chances to sell, I guess, if you were holding into the halt. Let's see, we got in at 95, out at 7 with 300 shares. 12-cent gain, 300 shares, 36 bucks. So the day's kind of slowing down a little bit. Looking to ease off the gas pedal as things are halting down and things are losing volume. Let's see, Meg L possibly. We'll see what it looks like. No, not yet. XPEV, just looking at higher day scans. Bit higher priced, would need to get back over 985. Okay. Okay. So right now I'm not seeing anything moving. HLBZ just dropped off. Right here you can see HLBZ attempting to get back over VWAP, drop on high volume. That's not coming back. So that's 12 million shares of selling. That is not going to come back up. At least not easily. Maybe it does. No, it's not. It's not going to come back up. Let's see here. AKAM. Volume is fizzling out here. Resumption is 38.15. Only reason I'm watching for resumption on LYT instead of just calling it a day is because if it resumes flat or even just a tiny bit lower, and then we have the 9 EMA that it's been writing the whole time. So if it bounces off the 9 EMA at 178, we can maybe look for a move back to 2. But if it resumes like at 170, I'm probably gonna call it a day. Do you, Jonathan, do you also short sell or just do longs? If only long, how do you feel about trading in a bear market overall? Um, let's see here. I primarily do longs. The only time I've ever really shorted is on TQQQ, which has easy to borrow. It's just a ETF with 3 times leverage. And sometimes I would short it on when it's downtrending. I don't really trade TQQQ anymore. I felt like it doesn't really help in my practice for the overall low cap, low float market. Oh, whoops. Why did that happen? Okay. As well as I've taken a few shorts when they are easy to borrow on some small caps, and when I do, it worked out more than not. Um, but it's not my primary strategy. I do understand where shorts get in and everything because knowing your opposition helps you become better at your own position. So knowing the strategies and where shorts want to get in is great as a long bias trader because you can see, oh, this is where shorts are probably piling into the stock. I better be a little bit careful here, you know. Cosm trying to attempt to get back over VWAP. Let's see, when's resumption on this? 10 seconds to resumption. Small size if it is possible to get a trade here. Watching. Nope. If it gets back over 80, maybe 80 here. And here's 71. Watching back over 80. Can this candle get over 76 and become a green candle? There's 78. Can we hold over 78, 76, 77? As this candle closes, watching 78, 80. There's 80, 78, 79. Cutting at 74. It's a nice bottoming wick though, so for a break of 180. So low of that candle is 166. Watching this for the breakthrough 180. It looks like it's breaking down 160s. Then I'll probably switch focus. And it looks like it kind of wants to go either direction here, but either way it goes, it should have a decent move. $66, breakdown 66, there's a buyer at 65. And at 70 here, stop at 65 where that buyer is. Buyers are stepping in, watching. Back over 73. Can we get some buyers in here? Sellers at 72, breaking through. Watching 74, 5. Sellers at 5. Okay, rejecting 5 for a moment. Go ahead and sell a third at 74. Buyers at 72. It's rejecting. Out at 72, 50. Jonathan, your second question, if only long, how do you feel about trading a bear market? 2022 was rough overall, but I don't feel like I had a worse time than most traders. I feel like I actually had a pretty decent time. And like besides my averaging down problem in 2022, I really had no issues with the actual markets. Some days there'd be like nothing to trade, and that was frustrating. Probably like 5 to 7 days last year there was nothing to trade. And you'd kind of just boredom trade, and it was pretty crappy. But overall last year was it was fine. I honestly felt pretty fine. This year, the January so far has been fantastic. I have no complaints. I wake up in the morning and I see there's 7 to 10 gappers that all are decent. With like 3 or 4 being really good. There's break of 80. 83. If it breaks down 77 here, it's a loss. Back in for break of 83. Watching 85. Watching 85 closely. Seller at 83. Cutting it for now. Back in as the seller breaks. Watching 84, 85. Nope, cutting at 80, 50. It's coming down. So we might have to wait for a longer setup on LYT, because it's not exactly out of the woods yet. I guess if it breaks down 65 here, it's done for now until it hits VWAP. And, I don't really feel comfortable trading it down here. You can see my share size has gone down drastically. 200, 300 shares. COSM rejecting VWAP. LYT looks like the only one moving. CNEY. It's not a halt. Wow. Wow. What a move. Look at that. Let's see. Really, I don't see anything else. So 83 is the high there on that wick. Possible breakthrough 80 here. Watching 80 break, 83, 85, there's 88, out at 86. Watching now, can we get a hold and retest of 90? Watching 90. Can I get that retest of 90? Oh, it's going to a halt, 87. Taking off 100 into, taking off 200 into the halt. Okay. So see, I'm only 2 cents from the halt level, Jonathan, so I took off 67% of my position, 2/3 of it. Keeping 100 just because we did pop back up after the halt down. So I could possibly see, I could see this opening at 2. But because I'm, so I could see it opening at 2, but because I'm in only 2 cents below the halt level, I took off some of my position as just playing it safe. In the case that it resumes flat and pops down instantly, I don't want to sell my position, my full position, for a loss when I had profit. So GMVL is hitting my scans, but it's only 9 cents. 8 cents, 9 cents. I'd have to buy like 10,000 shares. Let's do some math. Let's do some math on how you could trade this profitably. There's 10,000 shares times 0.00 2. Let's see 0.002. That's 20 bucks. But you mean you do have to buy 10,000 shares. And the volume's not really enough for that. Let's do a test run with 5,000. Let's watch that seller. Watching that break of 9. 9.15 is the high of day. Watching 9.15. $9.15 high of day. We're at 9.14. Buyer at 9.10. Watching 9. So sellers at 9.10, buyers at 9. So big buyers at 9. There's 10. Can we get that break of 9.15? Big buyers at 10. Watching 11 and 14 break. This one will resume at 50:51, so watching the time still. Watching 14 here. So 40 seconds to resumption. Gonna go ahead and cut this trade. $3 gain. Really, see, it's not too worth it unless you get that actual big break. But I'm cutting it because this one's resuming soon. 20 seconds to resumption. Okay, so watching resumption here. 10 seconds, 5 seconds. Okay, flat resumption, out of the trade. Watching back over 90. There's 93. Can I get back over 90? Some gumption. Cutting it 82. So give back some. Yeah, 87. Can we get 89, 90? Watching 88. There's 90, 96. Watch 94, 96. Good. This could be hitting our halt level soon. Adding back for break of 2. Out at 2. Halt level 202, I think. At 7. Watching 8. High day break. 8 might be the halt level. Out at 4. Just a double top right now. Back in at 2. So watching 208 here. Watching the break of 208, 210, there's 13, out at 12. Back in 12, watching break of 12, 13, 15. Watching 12, 13, 15. There's 13, 15, 14, 15. Come on. It's chasing halt levels right now. Watching 15. Can we get locked in here soon? Not yet. Seller's coming in. Gonna take it off at 8. Back in for break of 15. It's 14. Watch seller at 15. Seller at 15, watching. Breakthrough. 17. Out at 16 there. So 17 is the halt level. Looks like we're getting somewhat locked. Nope. False halt again. So it's not getting locked into the halts, which is really frustrating. Feels like it's weak at that point, you know? Back in 14, smaller size. Cutting it. Back in. Cutting it again. 2 break-even trades back to back. Or I lost $3. Watching a dip to 207, 206, in there at 207. Now we can look for an ad. Should hold 7, 5, 4, 3. Watching back over 10. Gonna cut it, 201. Buyers at 2. In the trade at GMBL, big buyers at 896. Buyers stepping in at 9. Big buyers stepping in at 9. Watching the break a high a day here. Watching 914. Cutting it as 9 starts to fail. So it looks like with this one I might have to just sell market and see if I get lucky. Which isn't really a strategy, so. LYT halting down for the second time. It's on the 5-minute chart, it just looks like a pullback, but it's a bit too much. 191. It's a 30-cent pullback. So I went ahead and cut that trade on GMBL. I'm gonna stop trading GMBL. I'm racking up share sizes and I think I'm gonna call it a day actually. It's not a bad day for a follow-up day on yesterday's day. And yeah. After your big green days, you're really hoping to just have a nice solid regular green day or a small red day. That way you don't snowball and give away half your profit from the previous day. So yesterday I made 1,000 and the goal today was 150 to 200 for a solid green day. If I had a red day, max loss 200. So realistically, that was the goal today, and we well over exceeded it. Looks like HLBZ getting some volume back. Could try with 1,000. 2480 is the high of this candle. Watching 2450. One second here. Watching 2480. Watching 25. Big seller right there at 25. See here. If we can break that seller at 25, I'll stick around. Sticking around here. Entry there at 24.70. Cutting it. Smaller entry here at 24.80. Cutting it. Watching 80 break here. Watching now for that 24.85, 24.90. 25, we got that big seller at 25. Let's see how big it is when we actually get there. So 24.95 is the high of the previous candle. Cutting it, break even. It's very short range here. Very small range. Big buyer 24.58. Watching the break over 24.90. Watching the break over 24.90. Big buyer's gone. Gotta get out. Gave back $8. LYT is still looking decently strong. Watching break of 2. Small win there. Back in at 202. Watching 206.7. Fault level 204 actually. Is he gonna stick this time? Selling 60% of my position. So last time we halted up, resumed 1 cent higher. Tricky LYT is halt up, halt down, halt up, halt up, halt down, halt up. So HLBZ, it's not really one to trade until it gets back above, until we get a breakout, pretty much, I guess. So we'll stick around for LYT, I guess, a little bit longer. I know I said I was going, but it's still halting up, and it's still holding on the 5-minute chart. So we have another 5 minutes with us. Awesome. I am getting pretty tired though, so maybe pretty soon we'll call it. So watching LYT on resumption, HLBZ if it can get back over 25. Watching 23 on HLBZ. So gotta get back over 23. This candle's going green with the bottoming wick, that's good. That gives us a pretty good entry then if it does want to continue the move. It tapped 24 there. Adding at 23.50 for that move to 24. Taking a quarter off at 23.50. Watching 24 here. Seller at 23.70. Cutting the rest of it. Oh, that was a late fill. I mean, I still got filled, but the order didn't go out for like 2 seconds. Huh. Okay, watching this. 23.70 is the high of this candle. And this will resume at 8.26. 8.26, 8.26. So 8.26 resumption on LYT. HLBZ we're looking at, let's see here. Looking at 24 now. Let's see, about a minute to resumption on LYT. So here's, we halted at 204, we're in at 202, 206 here, 217. Looking at the highs of these candles. $197. So watching 10 seconds to resumption. 5. Good resumption there, out at 209. And at 17, out at 15. Back in 13, watching 20 here. Watching 20. Out at 13, break even. Watching 20 here, break. It's 22. No fill at 22. We'll try 21. Actually, we'll try 20. It's bouncing around a little bit. In at 15. Cutting at 12, as it looks like it's going lower. Back in at 12. Watching 15. Looks like it's going lower. Out at 5. Okay, so topping tail doji on the 5-minute chart. Back in 308 or 208. Get back over 210. There's 15 for a moment. Are we gonna hold these pushes or no? So there's 12 on the ask. Breaking through 12. There's 15 again. This time it should push through. There's 17. Watching 17, 16. 15. It's jumping up cents at a time. Very difficult to get a read when it does that. So 11, 12. Seller stepping in, gotta cut it. One more attempt on LYT possibly. Break of 17, there's 19, out of 18. So it looks like selling instantly is the way to go with this one on the breakouts. Watching 20. Break of 20. Out at 23. Yeah, that's the way to go. Back in at 23, watching 27. Out at 21. It's popping back down. Does this candle want to close green? Nope. High volume on a red candle, topping tail high a day. See if I can get a micro entry here. Doesn't look like it. Alright, right there, 12. Watch 15, 18. Out at 17. Did I get filled at 17? 1 second. No, I got filled at 11, 7. Okay. There we go. High of 27. Watching that seller at 17. I'm starting to figure out LYT. In there, watching 20. Not breaking 20 yet. Watching 20 again. Out at 24. Okay. And at 23, watching 25 break. Out at 19. Maybe I'm not figuring it out because my P&L keeps on staying the same. Maybe I'm not figuring it out. And 13. And 11. Out at 14. Late fill. Damn it. And at 10, watching 15. 15. Breakthrough 15. Out at 11 or 12. It's holding 10 for now. It's breaking 10. And at 9, back over 10, we'll see. Nope. It's okay, back 50 there. I'm gonna call it there. Got caught in a flush, gate back 50. It's halting down. Calling it there, up 663. So I kept on churning between 690 or 685 and 710. And I was trading for the opportunity to hit 750, 800. And we stopped around 663, so I gave back essentially 20 bucks from the low of that range of 685 to 710. Gave back 20 bucks and for the opportunity to make more. So I wouldn't call that a bad trade-off. I'm gonna go ahead and call it a day, and it's been a great week so far. Let's see how much the total is on the week. 4 green days. Importing trades right now. Let's see here. Refresh. Refresh. Gonna go ahead and close my scanners. Okay, let's see here. So 2,500 on the month. 2,500 on the year. And this week we have 2,068. Wow. That's amazing. Alright, well, I might have to do a month in review this month. For a first, like, real profitable month. Well, I had November and December were profitable months, but not of this size. And my profit factor is way better too. Alright, so we had a week of growing pains, getting used to the new size, but after we got used to it, it's just been straight up. Let's see. Zon, you're becoming high on stock? Oh yeah, yeah. I remember that guy. I don't follow him too much though. Jonathan, What am I studying in college? I am studying math and computer science. So it's a computer science focused math degree. So it's a lot of proofs and or mathematical proofs and um, algorithm based uh, mathematics. That is what I'm studying. If I keep on if I can make 1,000 a day, am I still gonna get a job after graduating? Probably not. If I am making that much, I'm pretty much just getting the degree as a safety net at this point, and I really enjoy trading. It's just like the joy I get from trading is more than I would ever get at any job. So I don't know if I'd be able to work 40 hours a week, doing a software development job, and then I might like it, but I'm not gonna be in love with it. And I have so many other hobbies that I want to get good at. Like I play chess on the sideline, trying to get 1800 rated in chess this year. Right now I'm 1300. But yeah, so I love playing chess online. Um, I want to get back into playing the piano, so there's a lot of things I want to do with my free time if I do have trading as a career. I'd have so much free time that I could do so many things with. So yeah, right now I'm in San Diego. I plan to trade in the morning. Go to work after 9. Maybe, I mean, I might try it out for a year after graduating, see if I actually really do like the environment of and the culture of the job, like a software development job. Um, just for like social aspects of it. Like maybe I have some friends with it at the workplace. But other than that, it wouldn't really be for income at that point. So it's really more about the enjoyment of it. If I am making that much in trading, it's really more about enjoying my time in life. And if I do enjoy my time at that specific job, then sure, I'll stay. But I'll try it out um, for a day or a year maybe. Let's see here. All right, so other than that, I think I am gonna call it a day. Today, let's see if I change it to only today. Today we had about 58% accuracy, good profit loss ratio. Really cutting those trades fast if they're losers, so that's good. And instruments. Today we were green the most on LYT. HLBZ was next, Acon, and these are all these three right here, or no, HLBZ and Acon were sub $1. Um, LHDX was also sub $1, I believe. Let's see. HLB's or LHDX, yeah, it's sub $1. Um, COSM was $3 a share, and LYT was $1 to $2. Okay. Everything looks good here. Hour of the day. Made some money pre-market today, actually. That was good. 50 bucks pre-market. Usually I'm red pre-market because there's not enough volume. Made most of our money before 10 o'clock and then slowly made some every single 15 minutes after. Go Azor, how can I learn? It's realistically going to take 1 to 2 years before you see any money out of the markets. And during that time, you should be studying the markets in a simulator. TD Ameritrade, the one I'm using right here, they have a free simulator if you, let's see, if you fund your account with I think $500. I think if you fund your TD Ameritrade account with $500, they'll give you a simulator with real-time data, and it's free to use. There's no monthly. You don't have to pay monthly for the simulator. Um, and yeah, so I would study in a simulator, practice, 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 and it's a lot of trading is just about screen time. So getting your hours in the beginning, and um, getting used to how stocks like flow. Um, a lot of these low floats, they just drop in the mornings after after the market opens. But some of them do continue higher, and you're gonna want to watch the ones that continue higher and see what they have in common. You could, let's see. I learned through most of my basics through Ross's course. Um, but for longevity of your trading career, I wouldn't recommend relying heavily on other traders because honestly, um, a lot like a lot of my patterns do come from Ross Cameron Warrior Trading. I trade pretty similar to Relentless Trader and Trading Farmer, Mighty Stocks, Marcelo. I trade pretty similar to all those guys, but we all have minute differences in how we would approach a single trade. So there's definitely an individualistic aspect to how each trader trades differently. Um, where to get started? You could probably look up some chart patterns and place them near your computer, like either print them out or have them on a side monitor. And when you see that pattern forming in your simulator trading, take an entry where you think would be the best spot to take an entry. I mean, a lot of these patterns, if I go stock patterns on Google, stock patterns cheat sheet. Let's see here. So we got stock patterns cheat sheet. Let's see what's a good one with some candles. Whoopsie. Here. So, I guess it's a blurry picture. But basically, you would look up stock patterns cheat sheet. You could go ahead and just look at some of these images. Main ones, I can tell you main ones I use are flags right here. Pennants, they're pretty much the same thing as flags. Sometimes I'll trade the cup and handle, which is when a stock goes up and then pulls back from the highs, double tops the high, and then has a smaller pullback. And then you would get in as it breaks high. Flat top breakout, I'm not too keen of, but if it is, because flat top breakouts in this market, like maybe back in 2020, 21, maybe they worked better, but in this market, flat top breakouts sometimes just end up fizzling out. Let's see. This ascending, I don't know why it's called a scallop. I've never heard that term. But this ascending pattern, it's pretty common in the open, where a stock will go red in the open, and then as it comes back to green, that's where you buy. Another one, let's see. So, yes, these are all decent patterns you can see, and basically you would just go through a chart. So like let's say HLBZ here. It's kind of making a break of VWAP right now. Let's see, 27. So it's tapping VWAP here. If it rejects VWAP, it's looking like a short. If it breaks through and holds above, you can look for a long. So you just kind of get used to it over time. If you, as long as you wake up for the market every single morning, and yeah, you can you explain how you read the timesheet? Are you talking about the this right here, or the time and sales? Are you talking about the time and sales? Yeah, if you're talking about the time and sales here, um, let's see. The actual like time and sales part of the portion of my screen, I'm not really looking at too much. I'm only pretty much looking at it to see if we're getting green or red. So burst of green, burst of red. Most of my eyes, most of my focus, like 80 to 90% of the time is in the level 2 and the spread right here. So watching the ask price, the ask size, and then versus the bid price, bid size. And then do we have any big sellers leaking or like see there's a big buyer right there at 25.55. So we have a big buyer at 25.55. If we get back down to 25.55 and the buyer's not there anymore, we could see a drop. Because people probably bought that assuming the buyer was going to help them push up. I can do a more in-depth video about time and sales and level 2 probably later though. Like an actual separate video for everyone to see. But yeah. Level 2, you're basically you're finding the pattern on the chart. So right here, let's say we're looking at this pivot right here. This pivot at 24.90. So we break down, we hit 24.90, we can't quite get back up to VWAP, but now we're coming back down, and we're coming back up, can't get back to 24.90, and then as we get to 24.90 the next time, let's see here. As we get back up to 24.90 that time, so right before we hit 24.90, I'm probably staring right here at this ask price. I'm probably staring right at this ask price and looking at 24.88, 24.80, and I'm seeing if we're accelerating. So are we going to be is it accelerating in the difference of price? So if it's going 24.60, 24.70, 24.80, and then it zooms through 24.90, then you would want to buy right there because you're getting that confirmation that this is getting bought up and we're going to get the breakout. But if you're seeing it hit 24.80 and it kind of lingers and it's lingering, it's hitting 24.85, 24.80, 24.70 or 24.78, 24.80, it's lingering, then you're not too sure of the breakout. You might want to wait for a pullback before it breaks out again. That's a pretty, like, I know it's confusing, but it's a pretty standard example of a breakout, is you see the level 2 accelerating as you get closer to the breakout level. Nika, how do you know when it's time to stop trading? To keep profits for the day. So I use a trailing stop on my profit loss on the day, which basically means that let's say I'm up $200 on the day. I don't want to go back below 175 on the day. And then let's say I get back up. So I'm trading. I go back down to 180. And then I go back up to 200. And then this time at 200, I go all the way up to 250. I no longer want to go back down to 225. So I keep a $25 trailing stop loss on my P&L when it's just a normal day. On days where I'm really trying to push it, I kind of extend that stop loss to $50.
So today I was up 7.10. I gave back $50. I'm stopping here. And that's when you're in the green. If you're in the red, you kind of want to know what your average daily loss or average daily gain is. You want to know what you can make on an average day. So whatever you can make on an average day, you want to put your max loss at that level. That way, if you do have a red day, you can make it back in one decent green day. Any last questions before I head out here? Gonna be heading out in the next couple minutes. So right there, HLBZ just rejected VWAP. So we broke it, but we didn't hold it. Thanks, Jonathan. Have a great weekend as well. All right, I'm gonna head out. Peace out, guys. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.